And we're going to start off with the opening match of night one, which is a 6-man tag team match. The Vision, the WWE Tag Team Champions, Logan Paul, Austin Theory, teaming up with iShowSpeed against the former tag team champions, Jimmy and Jey Uso, and L.A. Knight. Yeah, they had the opening match, as previously mentioned, and I'm going to do this all night just to stick it in people's crawl. 7 minutes all together, bell to bell. Dave, what'd you feel about this opening match? Since you were this was peak obliteration right here. You were on the ride when this shit started. 7 minutes. Would you have increased the time for this one, or is this one right on the money?
No. They did what they were supposed to do. They did exactly what they were supposed to do. Are we going over points right away? Where was I for this one, and where were you?
Okay, so right here, I got it in front of me. So our level of excitement across the board. The board. AJ, me, I was at a 7 level of excitement. Dave, you were at 8.
8. Okay.
Joe was also at 8, and Lex was a 9. So I was the lowest, but not by much. We all had high hopes for the creativity of this matchup and what they were going to perform. Now, before you give your reaction, Lex's level of excitement was at a 9, but after seeing the match, he's at a 7. Joe was at an 8, and then it became a 6. So went down a little bit. I, on the other hand, I was at a 7. Okay. And I'm actually going to go up to just about an 8. Okay. Because I found my enjoyment in this match through the one individual that you hyped the most. iShowSpeed was by far one of the most entertaining parts of this entire match to me. He is, forget the athleticism for a minute, just the facials, just the willingness to tell. He actually was able to tell a story for me that was great. I'm trying to be a wrestler deal, and here's the suplex, and I'm doing moves, and I'm jacked in the gills. I'm gonna do all this cool stuff, and the viral moment of the night, in my opinion, the splash from the top rope all the way to the table. My man did a double birdie. He did a double birdie in this splash. He did a froggy frog splash all the way down to the table. You made a point actually while we were watching it, and maybe we could expand on this, that you thought that it kind of looked like they were setting up Logan and Speed one-on-one at some point here.
Going into Monday, they kind of leaned into it a little bit too. So, yeah, we was talking shit. I mean, I hope they do, because even if it's just for one match, a little bit, maybe it interferes on something coming up, maybe it costs them the match for talking shit, but don't do my man iShowSpeed dirty with Logan going on there talking about pretty much he beat his ass and sent him home, because I don't like that. That's mad disrespectful. Don't do that. So, but yeah, they definitely look like they look like they kind of switched him to the other side a little bit. They celebrated him and stuff like that. So yeah, it looks like they were kind of setting up maybe another return or something like that. I'm sure, like I said, the number. Listen, you can tell when business is making sense, and honest with you, that's how I felt about Logan. He came in strong. Yeah, he started getting deals. He was the first logo on the mat when they started that shit.
Yep.
Obviously, business was happening, and they were like, "Oh shit, these kids are for real." I feel like that may have happened going into this with Speed, and they're willing to kind of like continue his appearance as time goes on with this, and maybe do a little feud, let him train a little bit more, give him the one-on-one match with Logan. That'd be sick. So yeah, I definitely see that they could be doing that, and I hope they are doing it, to be honest with you.
After hearing what I heard about TKO's involvement, it kind of muddies things, because you look at Logan Paul, you look at iShowSpeed, and you go to yourself, man, Triple H really sees something in these guys. And now I have to ask the question, is it Triple H that sees something in this? Or because of iShowSpeed's popularity, Logan Paul's ability to promote and and just what a wild card that name, the Paul name, really is. Is that Triple H or is that TKO and their influence now?
I think too, but I want to be careful with that because I know when things start to get ass or even good, I think Triple H is fucked no matter what. If things are going good, it wasn't his call. If things are going bad, it was either his call or he was being a bitch and he was told what to do, but it's still his fault, right? We're not going to give him grace and be like, oh, maybe so. No, they were like, this is Triple H doing this. So I think two things can be true in a manner. I'll use this as an example. Two things can exist because on the same program, we had iShowSpeed, who did well, and we also had Jelly Roll. So two things can exist at the same time. You know what I mean? Like, we're not getting Jelly Roll for his athleticism. Understand? Yeah. I'm sure he brings some type of eyeballs that they enjoy the diversity. So we're going to run it back with Jelly Roll, even if it's just a little bit. You know what I mean? So, again, I want to be careful with that going forward. I'm not saying just mean like if the people are listening, just grain of salt. Like, don't just assume things all the time because both can exist at the same time. I'm sure there are plenty of people who they would be considering that Triple H is like, we can't make this make sense. Like, they got to be able to do something.
Yeah.
And I think the Travis Scott may kind of prove my point.
Yeah. So, that's a great example.
Again, to me, the Travis Scott could be TKO's pulling the trigger on this. He's a big star. He goes in there, he's hurting people, and Triple H is like, dude, like, please, I get it. Like, we're going to hurt my wrestlers. Like, we don't need that. It's fine. Like, we like him. He's a fan. We understand. He had no swagger out there. He did not look good out there at all. He was hurting people. He was in the wrong spot. So, again, two things can exist at the same time. So, let's try to give a little bit of grace to Hunter. I wouldn't say he has no pull. I wouldn't say he has no pull. So, but anyway, to me though, so to finish this part up, because I know you're probably getting close, is I'm gonna stick with my 8. I was kind of hesitant to go down to a 7, but not in a negative way. But I'm gonna stay with the 8. With here, I think one of my favorite things that they did, and you pointed it out when he was here, they all protected the fuck out of him. He was in there the right amount of time with the right amount of support. He was not left hang to dry. They had a lot of swaps, a lot of positioning, a lot of pulling him, a lot of situations where they were moving him in certain directions as the play, like it's supposed to happen, but it helps him kind of be in the right place at the right time. He was definitely had bumpers down the lane, and they protected him all the way down to the end of the show, and I think they did that absolutely perfectly.
Yeah, it looked like they were taking care of him. And, most, back in the day, you get a celebrity in the ring, you're pushing it. You're pushing it. You might not walk out of there, So the fact that they protect the business kind of a situation. Yeah, absolutely right. Any thoughts on the fact that it was the baby faces that won here at the beginning here? A lot of people complain, well, this is an opportunity for the division, but I don't know. In this particular, we were cutting up footage about LA Knight and his, for whatever reason, his inability to just kind of get over that hump. I felt like this was a decent win for LA Knight here. This was a big deal for him.
It's a little bit of momentum. I don't have faith to build on it, but I don't understand why the heels needed the win. I don't understand why this is a topic of conversation whether heel or face won here. As long as you went in the right direction, which to me, leading into a Logan iShowSpeed thing is an option, and if they decide to go down that way, cool. But I didn't think one or the other side necessarily needed to win a face heel type of deal, as long as whatever they're going to get coming out of it, they can pursue. So I thought it was fine.
I thought it was fine as well.